Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please, people. As you can see from the title, reports came out after the Manchester Derby defeat, saying the Manchester United squad are losing faith in ERIK Ten Hag and they are unsure if he is going to be the manager at the start of next season. And if any of us have faith in him, if you're still unsure at this point whether he's going to be the manager at the start of the season, I have no idea what to tell you. I'm sure there'll be plenty of other stuff to discuss as well, people. Obviously, the Manchester Derby defeat that I mentioned as well. And with Manchester United, who knows what's going to break during the show. But first and foremost, make sure you run up the likes on the video. Hit that like button on the video, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back. Please, please, please make sure you do that. Share across all the socials as well. I believe Instagram's down. So for you, ManDem, who were in some girls' Insta DMs, yo, you just got stopped. You feel me? And that you lot got it's what it is. Like, it's what it is. You can bounce back, people. You can bounce back. And for anyone being harassed in the Instagram DMs, hey, man, you can just tell your girl, hey, Instagram went down. But we move. Well, please make sure you share across all the socials and make sure on top of that you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. It is road to 10K. We are closing in, so hit that subscribe button so we can do this 10K party. One of the gang is in the building. You know what I'm saying? One of the best, up and coming content creators without doubt. That's why he's here. My Don Rhino is in the building. Yes, Rhino, what are you telling me?
We're here, bruv. We're here, man. Another week, another set of news that we're going to hear via Manchester United, whether it's results that we're going over, whether it's potential happenings in the background or whatever, man. But yeah, we're here to talk about it, man. We're here to talk about it. Most importantly, make sure you lot smash the likes, please. That's the least you can do. You know, Flawless is putting in that work. And we got a lot to talk about. So make sure you guys are in the comments, asking your questions, sending your super chats and all of that good stuff.
Plenty to discuss.
Flawless as always.
Every time, right? Though. And yeah, if you want to make sure we get to your question, people, super chat. But like I said, keep your comments, questions, Manchester United related, please. Big up to Warrior J. He says, big up. Everyone hit that like button. Yeah, we'll talk about Ten Hag's post-match comments. Well, some of them. Big up to my guy Eli. Says salute to Flawless and the ManDem on the panel and to the chat as well. Make sure y'all caress the like button like you would your girl and get my guy, Mr. Crooked Note, to 10K expeditiously. Hey, big up to my guy Eli. Big up to Steve as well, Strasbourg. Steve, big up every single time. I hope you're blessed and everything like that. And yes, make sure you subscribe to Rhino. Links underneath in the description. It's also on the featured channel page as well, so you got no excuse not to find his channel. Another panelist in the building, one of the originals when it comes to the ManDem United podcast. My like Ivorian Spice is here. Yes, fam. What are you telling me? You good?
Man's good. Spiritually, I'm good. Physically, I'm good, you know. Manchester United wise, you guys already know what the answer is. You see me. Listen, I'm putting on my Ivorian top because Bundy's man, bro. Bundy's man.
I hear you. We gonna get into everything Manchester Derby. We will start there. And there was an interesting tweet with some stats when it comes to Ten Hag. So we're gonna get to that. You lot in the chat, don't let me forget, please. Big up to Time to Shine, says afternoon, fellas. Jay Bowser as well. Big up to everyone. Big up to Daniel as well. But yeah, Rhino, we'll go to you. There is only one place to start. Manchester Derby. Manchester City 3. Manchester United 1. Manchester City winning the Derby with ease. Pretty much. The stats are damning. 3 shots in total. 1 shot on target. 0 shots on target in the second half. 0 shots on goal in the second half. 0.00 XG. Manchester City having more shots than Manchester United had possession. Let me repeat that. Manchester City had more shots at goal, 27, than Manchester United had possession of the football, 26%. Just to clarify, people. And there's more stats, but we'll be here all day because it's like the list of it's like Chris Jericho when he was in WCW and he had the list of the Dean Malenko holds and it was the long scroll. Well, so we'll get to that. But Rhino, thoughts on the Manchester Derby defeat?
Yeah, man. To be honest, that game just reminds everyone where we are at, you know, and we didn't need any proving where we was at. It was just another reminder, and I feel like that game should be a harsh message to the positive people out there that still think we're going in the right direction. Because a lot of people want to get angry at content creators that are not feeling positive about Manchester United, content creators that are we're seemed toxic fans or fake fans. Big up Said, he did a video the other day on in terms of this, in response to this, just the whole labeling of if you're not positive, then you must be a fake fan or you must not care about the club. It's all nonsense. At the end of the day, we see what we see even via good results. And this is an indictment of the issue we have with Manchester United. Look at the stats. Yes, we know City are miles apart from us, but should it be that way with the amount of money we've spent, the amount of heritage Manchester United has? It didn't have to be like this. If we were run properly and we scouted properly, our recruitment system was good and the infrastructure around the football club was doing well, we would be closer to Man City. So I want you guys that are positive, big up the Marcels of this place, of the YouTube space, big up the Najis, when you see how far we are, and don't do the whole playing both sides thing, because that's what you guys tend to do. You tend to say that we know we're bad, but it's still a process. You have to at least now look at it and think, okay, are we going in the right direction? Is there anything clear that I can see? If right now I'm your manager, and you're an artist, and you come to me and I tell you, trust me, I'm gonna help you make it in this music thing. I'm gonna do everything in my power. And then every time you drop a video, I'm not helping you. And then once in a while you get good videos, and then once in a while you get bad ones, but I'm not helping you. Aren't you gonna start questioning what I'm really doing for you? And that's the same thing you have to do for Manchester United. You have to question, is there really progress? And something that Flawless brought up the other day, I think it was a few shows ago, about the 5 stages of grief. I think a lot of people that are suffering, and you guys are sufferers from this toxic positivity virus, is you're stuck in that middle, that you haven't got to the acceptance stage. Yeah, you're bargaining. You're still thinking. Bargaining.
I think some people are in denial, and I think some people are at denial. Some people are at bargaining.
Yes, 100%.
It 100%. Seems to be very few people at anger. There seems to be very few people
100%. And that's what I'm saying to you. And this is not even a disrespect. This is not even like a shot at anybody. It's just the facts. At the end of the day, look how long I was positive for. Then eventually I had to look at it and say, nah. Yeah,
you was at bargaining for a strong minute.
For a minute.
But someone who skips, the bargaining stage and talks about and what's it called? Rido, you just mentioned there that you're not taking shots at anyone. Someone who is not scared to take shots. Man, like Eddie is in the building. Yes, family. What are you saying?
Hey, he's got the Glock out,
Hey, Moochie Wick in the building. I don't care what none of y'all talking about. I don't care how none of y'all feel. I take a shot like it's wanted. Bend it around the corner. You did. I'm
getting Matrix.
Yeah.
The curve that.
That's it.
That's what I'm saying.
Big up Eddie as well. Big up Jez.
Eddie. Shout out my boys, man. Shout out my boys, man.
Carry on.
That's the way it is, man. So at the end of the day, we're all United supporters. We all want the best for our club. We all know the heritage that United have built. We all know the how big our club is commercially, and we just want to see that same reflection on the football pitch. And at the end of the day, I know we're going to talk about a few different things later on, but there's so many things that I look at and I'm not happy with. And like with football, we want to see these players that are playing these that are being paid these heavy wages to start showing their skills on the pitch. We want to see managers. We want to see good recruitment. We want to see a CEO. Like we've had Murta and all these people for how many years, and we've just been silly dilly-dallying while City and that are just dunking on us. They got better stadium. I think they even started to probably soon going to make more money than us as well. We need to wake up and smell the coffee. So at the end of the day, the Man City game was very embarrassing. It started off well. Rashford scored, and we're thinking, okay, that's a good response, my boy. Let's carry it on. But when you're falling all over the pitch, you're not showing fight. What's the point? Don't you care about this? And it's funny because someone said that Oli was good at these derbies, and it makes me think the reason why he was good at it is because he's played them. He's felt it. He's been there. So maybe he knew what energy to put into the team during those times when we're going to play Man City, and maybe the odds are against us. You know, so what hurts me is that realistically, these players are good enough to give Man City a fight, and they didn't. We've seen lower teams go to the Etihad and give up more of a fight. We've seen Chelsea go there and get a point, and Chelsea, in a sense, are worse than us right now. You know, they got better players, yeah. Like I've always agreed, they've got better players, but I think overall, apart from that, we're in a better state than them. We're in a worse state, sorry, because they've got better players, but overall, I just think we're in a more of a mess. We're a bigger club. There's more troubles to sort out. I think Chelsea can fix themselves once they get a good manager, and once Bowley fixes up or whatever, they're all right. He's spending the money. He's trying. Our guys are not trying till of recent. Now we've got a new CEO and all of these things. So, yeah, I feel like the City game was just, it should be an eye-opener. That's all I'm going to say. It's an eye-opener. Look at the stats. And if you want to say, oh, but it's Man City, go and look at all the other teams that played Man City. Go and look at Tottenham stats. Go and look at Chelsea stats. If you want to try and play this whole, oh, but it's City, go and look at it. The same way you guys tried to do the Luton thing. Look what City went and did to Luton. So realistically, there's no excuses why these players couldn't have kept that one. We kept a 1-0 lead up until the 57th minute or 58th minute. Come on, we could have got a draw out of that game. And fair enough, City did miss chances, but that's the whole point. You know, when you watch a game and you see Haaland fluffing it and you see Kevin De Bruyne fluffing it, that's when you start to think, hold on, this is looking like it might be our thing. It's the same way with Liverpool and Chelsea. Chelsea were missing all these chances. You're thinking, you know what? The football gods are going to punish these, man. You get me? When you miss all them chances, you get punished. So we should have punished Man City. But these players, yes, they're not good enough. Tactically, Ten Hag didn't know what to do our second half, and we just bottled it. We actually bottled that game. But I was happy with the way we started, to be honest, and the fact we scored. Because I think as much as people said that Ten Hag and everyone was shocked, I think City were shocked as well. City were shocked that we scored, but the difference is they felt like they were going to equalize and they felt like they were going to win. We didn't feel like we were going to keep the lead. And that's what we should have done. We should have shut up shop and just tried to scumbag this lead. You guys want to do it against the shit teams. So now we're playing a good team. You might as well do it, bruv. This is when the result matters.
I think they're just incapable. That's why it's like
they're incapable. Yeah, 100%, bro.
When not, that's why people are like, oh, they bottled it. I'm like, that implies that the players have the skill to do it. It's a mental block. And I don't think it's a mental block. I think they don't have the skill and mentally, the mentality they don't have. Big up to my guy Sheik also in the building as well. Yes, Sheik, what are you saying, man? You good?
Yeah, man, doing blessed. I hope everybody else is blessed too. Big up Eddie, Ivorian, Rhino, Flawless yourself. Yeah, man, thank you for having me on.
You already know. But yeah, final point on it, Rhino.
Yeah, so that's about it for me, man. Like, you know, we need to know where we are at as a club and we need to accept it. All you guys in the bargaining stage and the Delulu stage, respectfully, like, just come on now. Let's wake up and let's be real with where we're at. Is Ten Hag really, can you really believe that this manager is going to turn everything around with the amount of games we've got left, even if you give him a structure? Like, you say that he's meant to have a spanner and he's got a chisel, but he doesn't even know what to do with anything, bro. He doesn't know what he's doing. Like, we give this guy a hammer and a nail, we tell him to go and fix this thing, and he's trying to go and use a wrench. Like, bro, use the hammer and the nail, bro. So whatever tools we give this guy, he doesn't know what to do with them. So you can give him everything. The only ideal situation that will fix Ten Hag, and this is probably a 1 in a million chance, is if everything was set up for him and he just had to just play a style of play. Just instruct the players to play their game, but the ethos is already there. Like Ajax, everything was already there. The car was driving itself, so he just had to sit in there and control it. When it comes to him turning left and right, he don't know which way to go, bro. Even if you're in there, us fans saying, bro, turn left. He's like, no, I turn right. The vision is clear. I turn right.
Hey, it's because you don't see the bigger picture in the car. That's why.
VAR. VAR, bro. Literally. So, yeah, man, I wasn't too pissed. I was more pissed that I felt like we could have got a draw at the game. But other than that, yeah, we knew we were not going to win. And it is where it is. You feel me? So, all the people that are more upset about it, you shouldn't be, because none of us expected the win. And at the end of the day, we know how bad we are as a club against the shitter team. So what was you guys expecting? No one should be upset. It just is what it is. Maybe it's a reminder of how bad we are that can upset you. Like, you know, another game, fuck, it hits home again. But other than that, we knew what was coming. So We just
I
need
hear
to
that.
get all these players out and just move on, man. And yeah, well, I'll talk about it later on. But yeah, the City game was just for me a reminder of where we're at, and we've got a long way to go. And
I get
that's
you.
all those people that are positive. Just look at the City game, look at the stats. And if you
And
want to
just-
get fooled on the stats, look at the other teams that have played City. Yeah,
Facts.
simple.
And just this from S. Madison, big up to you because you're a regular here. He says, I'm afraid a new manager will keep the lot and we win this cycle again. The thing is, this is Ten Hag's people. This is another, it's like I have to say this every week in regards to people like, oh, it's the same team and they've done this to everybody here has been co-signed by Ten Hag. Everybody. Because if he doesn't want to play certain players, he's not going to play them. Like Diallo, for example. We can all clearly see that Ten Hag is not a fan of Diallo. So guess what? Diallo doesn't play. Whether that's right or wrong is not what I'm talking about. Jadon Sancho is the biggest one. And it dispels the myth about, oh, you got to play players because of their transfer fee. You have to play players because of their profile, or you have to play players because of their wages. He didn't play Jadon Sancho because he didn't want to. Again, whether that's right or wrong is a whole different conversation. What I'm talking about is everybody here has been co-signed by this manager. This is his team. He has spent north of 300 million. I don't know the exact amount. So whether it's a signing or he's give someone captaincy or give someone a new deal. So in regards to it, the person to blame for this and these players not being good enough is on Ten Hag. Like players moving on, players being sold is a whole different conversation. But just because a player is being sold does not necessarily, I mean, a player can't be sold, does not mean you have to play him. Postecoglou is a prime example at Spurs. Eric Dyer didn't play. They could not move him on in the summer. Eric Dyer did not play there, just to clarify. Because and you say go on to say, because I know for a fact Rashford will never change under any manager. I don't disagree with this. Who co-signed Rashford getting a new deal? You man, correct me if I'm wrong. Did he not offer De Gea a deal and then take it away?
Man.
Was he not a part of that? So
he's a part of the decision making.
So he's a part of the decision to give Rashford a new deal. Same way with Bruno. Is Bruno not the captain? What are we talking about here? Like, man, we got to stop making excuses about, oh, it's a new manager, same cycle. A proper manager comes in and gets better players. But moving on from that anyway, Ivorian, thoughts, Manchester derby.
First of all, I just need to say pre-pause because there's going to be a lot of pauses in the middle of what I've got to say. You get me, bro?
You're excused. You're excused,
bro.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Yeah.
As a culprit, I'm gonna let you cook. I'm gonna let you cook.
Cook. Because boy, the only surprising thing I have to say regarding the Manchester derby was the scoreline. Because 3-1 to me is the best that we can achieve in the Manchester derby. Now, before the game, I said to everyone, every fan, ManDem, get your lube out, get your condom out so you're safe for what has going to happen to you. You get me? Get the oil out, get the bucket of saliva out if you have to, you know, because ManDem had their apple tied to their mouth, ready to get it from Man City. That's why that's what was going to happen. But surprisingly, even though they pressed the shit out of us, man, I felt like it was 11 Diddies, 11 Brother Loves versus 11 Usher Raymonds. And the Diddies were wearing blue and the Usher Raymonds were wearing red, and we was fighting all over the cereal box.
Before you carry on, just want to say people see it on the screen for those maybe listening via audio, or those that have the show on live in the background. All the views expressed by panelists on Sarcasm City TV and not always the views of Flawless or Sarcasm City TV. Carry on, Ivorian. Carry on.
Wait, man. I feel like respectfully, wait. This is a lot. It's a lot happening. I've heard, he warned us, but that pre was not pre-in. That pre-pause was not pre-in.
That pre was not pre-in.
Even your disclaimer, I think it's not strong enough. There's something happening to me right now that is. Let me just
clarify again. All the views expressed by panelists on Sarcasm City TV are not always the views of Flawless or Sarcasm City TV. Carry on, Ivorian.
Yes. 11 Diddies, aka Brother Loves, versus 11 Usher Raymonds fighting over the cereal box. And guess who won? And guess who got the cereal box? It was Brother Love himself, aka Man City, dressed in blue, that pressed the hell out of us. They pressed us good, though. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. Pause on that as well. They pressed us extremely well. They were all over us, you know. Again, I'm flattered that we didn't get destroyed. I had 999 pre-dialed just in case I wanted to report sexual harassment on my own team for what I've got to see. Because, boy, it was a mad derby. The cheap thrill, Thank you, Rashford, for giving us a treat thrill for the first 6 minutes. And then again, him and your best friend, the Choco brothers, Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford, after doing what they had to do, disappeared throughout the whole 90 minutes. Yes, I'm with Rhino, you know. It showed us exactly where we are, you know, and the progress of Manchester United as a football club and where we want to go to. It's nothing surprising to see Manchester United lose once again, yet another derby to Manchester City. It's not surprising, you know. The effort as well just shows the lack of quality. The only thing I can say in positive to take to the match is that we defensively we was good for the first 45 minutes, although City missed a hell of a lot of chances. Erling Haaland missing the best sitter in the world. Yeah, we was lucky that we did not concede goals. And then we had opportunities to make it 2-0. Marcus Rashford, not surprised that he ended up scruffing that opportunity, especially when he was one-on-one when Kyle Walker was deliberately right behind him and had the opportunity to show his strength. It just showed exactly what Marcus Rashford is, man. Not good enough for this club, not strong enough as well to hold a man that you are technically as similar pace to him. I know Kyle Walker is extremely quick, but you guys saw the replay. The force that Kyle Walker used to try and drag him back wasn't excessive.
Yeah. He should have stayed on his feet.
It was enough for him to stay on his feet. But these men go down easily, bro. As simple as, man. And I have to say with the manager as well, I'm done. Like, I've checked out September 2023 when I said, you know what? I give him a whole month to fix this shit. Yeah. And we've been continuing to go through the shit. We're getting pile of shit being put on us week in, week out. You know, I just saw Arsenal beat a team that we struggled to play and beat 2-1, 3-0 in 15 minutes and win 6-0. We've seen other teams play against Man City and give them a game, give them a horrendous time, you know, no joy. Yeah, there's been times where City themselves ended up drawing that game or maybe just get the narrow win or losing against the other top six. Manchester United are a complete disgrace, man. I've never seen a match like that where I've seen total domination, which I have seen before, but it was 73% of Manchester City having the ball, yeah, and 23% of Manchester United. And then when we did have the ball, we looked clueless going forward. And I always question myself, what are we doing in training? Like, why do we train? What's the point of training? You might as well just not train. Because then I can understand and comprehend the fact why this team plays so badly week in, week out when it comes to match day. Now, back to that game, the goals as well. Bon Rashford's goal, I don't care. It was a cheap thrill. The equalizers were coming. We knew it was coming. We watched that match thinking that, oh God, they're going to come. And once they equalize, you might as well just tell everyone, just bend over right now, bro. Because the way it's going to end up with shit stains.
Pause.
Maybe a bit of hemorrhoids, rectal bleeding.
Okay.
Ivor Spice is upset. He's hella spicy. This is not just
you are extra. This is extra spice. This is supreme spice
seasoning.
This is supreme spicing.
This is Chinese 5 spices. You get me? Do you get me? I'm not playing today, bro. I'm not playing today because of what I seen on the weekend. It really angered me, you know, because again, cheap thrills got us excited for no goddamn reason. But we all knew the reality of this, man. And then going forth, the goal from Foden just shows us exactly why Foden is what he is, man. We got folded. We folded in that second half, you know. We folded to Foden, and I was just begging guys, just make us proud. Do something that we never expected and we never experienced. Get a win against City. We didn't do it, man. I don't know what the manager's saying that he thinks that we played well. We didn't. We didn't play well. We didn't pass. Our passing accuracy was off it. Our attacking phase was off it. Players didn't perform to the absolute best. The only person I can say that can hold their head up high at times was maybe Johnny Evans until he came off. Because again, Johnny Evans gave us a decent performance defensively, at winning headers in key areas as well. Dalot to an extent was all right, but still made these mistakes and deficiencies. Varane as well. Lindelof, complete joke, man. I've had enough of that guy, man. And then the goal coming from Haaland Amrabat, I'm sorry, but the player that we thought we signed in, and with the cheap thrill from the World Cup, and I always say this is the reason why you don't sign players based on the World Cup performance, because again, they can never replicate that performance. We saw James Rodriguez, who done extremely well for Colombia, get signed for Real Madrid and then end up at Everton. You know, same thing with Amrabat, who done extremely well for Morocco and then comes to Manchester United, and we've never seen that player that played for Morocco. And I understand international football is different from club football, and this is the prime example why you don't sign players based on international tournaments, because they're never the same. You ask Liverpool with El Hadj Diouf as well, same thing. Hurt them. Manchester United, Kleberson is a perfect example. We signed him based on that Brazil team, and look how it right now, man. I'm just disappointed, man. All we can say is that we're lucky it wasn't 6-1, it wasn't 7-1, it wasn't 8-1, respectively, it was 3-1, and that's the only thing we can hold our head up high, is that we never got the spanking that we deserved on that match day. But back to the manager, go, leave, man. I'm tired. Even the title says Manchester United squad are losing faith with Erik ten Hag. I've lost faith in the players.
That's what report said. Yeah,
we'll talk about that. But them squad, them there, they can't talk, you know. They're also part of this problem. So if they're trying to say that they lost faith in the manager, you guys are jokers. Because us fans have lost faith in both of you guys. You're the manager and the players put together respectfully, because they're clowns, you know. They're supposed to go out there, and it's derby match. Form doesn't matter on derby day. It's whoever wants it the most. And each week, each big game, you showed us that you don't want it. You was never up for the scruff, you know. I swear to God, if this was a war, I would never take any of these Man United players to go and back my war, bro. Back the beef, they're not up for it. They never will be up for it, you know. They can never be chilling on O Block. Never in my lifetime I'll see them chilling on O Block. They're not ready for this. They're not ready to strap up. They don't know what that means. They don't know what it means to go to war and give it your all. Fight until the last
Eddie
breath of your lungs. No, get me, Eddie. Like, you don't know about this. Like, and then they're telling us to see the bigger picture. I need to tell them to see the bigger picture. You men are pussies, bro. These players are pussies. I've had enough of them, bro. You get me?
Hey, get off your chest, fam. I
love it.
It's just a disappointment, man. Yet another week in for disappointment for Manchester United fans. Like, the reality has hit us hard that there's a lot to work on. I feel sorry for whoever takes on this team in the summer. None of us can do this job, man. It's difficult, but it's all thoughts and prayers now, man. For now on, the rest of the season, I just watch it with my eyes closed, man. I have zero hope, man. Especially with the manager in charge, especially with these players, and especially the amount of injuries that keep coming in. Like, another disappointment to see Evans go out, and they're thinking the defense is looking horrible now. What is going on? Who cursed us? Guy, tell me, did someone put juju on us?
I thought, you know what, I actually thought the back four did all right. They did better than I expected. In particular, the fullbacks, because that was my biggest cause for concern was the low, especially how City play from like wide, from out wide, like on the edge of the box type of thing. Like, they have players who operate very well in those areas, and in particular Lindelof at left back. I actually think they did all right. It's just our attack, but when your front four is Scott McTominay, Garnacho, Rashford, Bruno, it's not doing anything. So I was even shocked by what our attack not doing it. That gives you nothing. That attack, there's no athleticism. Well, there's a lack of athleticism first and foremost, lack of technical skill, lack of confidence, lack of goal. It lacks everything. It's no threat as a front four, and I wouldn't trust that front four against anybody. Never mind away to Manchester City, where you're not going to have the ball. Even if we were playing Sheffield United at home and had 80% possession, I wouldn't have faith in that attack to break them down. I wouldn't have faith in that attack to break down a championship side at home in a FA Cup or a League Cup, for example.
True that.
But that's just me. That's just me, though. But people, there's over 70 people in here right now. Big up to all of you lot. Run up the likes first and foremost. Run up the likes on the video. Only at like 42 likes. Like check 1212. Let's get up to 60 likes. This is the ManDem United podcast. This is Sarcasm City TV in a nutshell. If you think, oh, is this just a one-off? No, it's like that here every day. Absolutely,
I'm like this all the time,
ridiculous.
guys.
Yeah,
I just want
it's
to let
just
you know I am
ridiculous
like this all
comparison.
the time.
That's why there's characters here. Yeah, that's what it is. Like this is real TV-esque type stuff. Hit the subscribe button on the channel as well. It is road to 10K. I know there's some of you lot who are here for United Tears. Some are here for therapy. We're at 9,866. 4 more subscribers. Get us to 9,870 subscribers. But we'll go to you, Sheik, in regards to not the derby, obviously, which I know you'll discuss, but the reports that did come out saying the Manchester United squad are losing faith in Ten Hag. Again, this is reports. Can't remember. Seen on Twitter, I can't remember the actual source though. But yeah, Manchester United squad are losing faith. They think he's not going to be, he could potentially not be the manager come the start of next season. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, this is the first time I've actually heard of that too, but I'm not surprised, to be honest. You can tell from the performances that these guys just don't give a shit. Like at this point, I could even say these guys wouldn't give a shit who the manager is, whether it's Ten Hag or whether it's somebody else. I just like the whole squad's deflated. There are players like Eddie says all the time, just run around, running laps. During games. These men can't turn up for a derby. These men can't even turn up for a game like Luton. So it's like you have to question the players too, and like they want to come out with the interviews talking about back me good, doubt me even better, like stuff like this. It's like this. So you score a goal like this on the weekend, and this is why we doubt you, fam, because you do nothing after that. It's like cool, you scored a worldy of a goal, but then you did fuck all after. So it's like, yeah, but it's like, I'm not surprised if these players, we've seen it time and time again where things go wrong. You hear reports at the end of the season, players have given up on the manager. Like all this type of crap, just we hear it all the time. And I can see it, man. They're in some of their defense, there are some players who are being played out of position. There are some people in the squad as well who are sitting on the bench wondering, what do I have to do to get a start? What do I have to do to play? There are other players who are playing in my position who don't deserve to start day in, day out. So I'm not surprised that this is the general thought for everyone. Maybe some players are looking at, the summer with this whole new regime coming in. They're all possibly going to get a clean slate with a new manager coming in. So it's like chance for them to maybe, play and prove why they should be in the team. But it's like, it all comes down to the manager. Like he's the one who's making all these decisions to play certain people, set up certain lineups in certain games. So I totally get it why they would think Erik Ten Hag is not the one next year. So yeah, man. That's just me though. But yeah, I'm sick and tired of the squad, man. Like I'm sick and tired of this rinse and repeat from certain players every single season. McTominay, Bruno, like Rashford. Certain players in our team want to hide before big games, fake injuries and stuff like that when you don't get injured at all. And then just, not turn up at all, man. It's like, I missed the time where our players would die for the shirt. And now these guys don't do any of that, man. Like, it's embarrassing, to be honest. It's shameful, but it is what it is, man, to be honest.
That's fair enough. Eddie, same to you in regards to the squad.
I mean, shit, wire is wet. Yeah, y'all didn't know they didn't rock with this dude? Literally every time they pan to one of these players, they grilling him. They looking at themselves like, bro, what did I do to get taken off? Like, that Manchester derby, let me tell you something. I think the worst part about it is these people who wear blue kits thought because they beat us, right? And it's a derby, quote unquote derby, right? They should just go around here, the 5 of them, on these internet streets, just talking all the big noise. I seen what you had to put up with on the Back Again podcast. These people don't even know how to win right, or not win right, gloat right.
Yeah.
Listen,
it's about us. It's never about. Shout out to Hamza, big up to everyone Back Again troops. Lewis, Hassam as well. It's like, yo, you man won, and we talk, but it's because it's Manchester United. We still we ruined a lot of childhoods. Number one, and number two, we are still in. Like, you just won. I know you're talking about is what United did and Fergie not being there. How about talk about your team winning and being in the title race? You're on for a treble. Chat about that. You're on for a double treble.
It's crazy.
Now you're trying to do back-to-back trebles, but hey, we moved. But carry on, Eddie. He'll be back in a second. I think you just switched. There we go. He's back. Go on, Eddie. Carry on. You on mute, fam?
You're on mute, fam. Can't hear
Yeah,
you.
no stress, no stress. Jump out and jump back in. It's all good. It's all good. You lot continue to get your questions in as well. I've started some of the best questions. You want to make sure we get to it. Super chat people as well. Again, subscribe to all the ManDem here. Ivorian's channel, Rhino's channel as well. Both links are underneath in the Sheik's channel as well. All 3 links, are underneath in the description. Also, as well on the featured channel page. So you have ample ways to find all their channels. And that's not just this live stream. That's every live stream people as well. Yeah, go on, Ivorian.
Yeah, I just wanted to add something before Eddie goes in there. And she said it right there. Manchester United are going through ownership structure and change. And you would think that these players, because it was well documented that the owners, new owners, Ratcliffe, have met the players and the managers. And you're thinking, oh shit, new ownership. You know what? I want to be here for this new project. Yeah, I'm going to show these guys why I deserve to be here. I'm going to play my socks off, bleed, sweat, tears for this football club. So to prove to them that I belong here. And look at what they've been showing us against Fulham the week before. It hasn't been an improvement of performances. And Sheik is right. These guys don't care. Like, I know if I was a new owner, I'm going up to every single one of you players and saying, if you don't play, you will be out of this project. Like, you won't be here. We'll get rid of you. And that should be a wake-up call to a lot of players. But I reckon they probably, I don't know, hypothetical, I reckon they've had this conversation and told them, if you mans don't play, certain you mans won't be here next season. And they just said to you, you know what, Bunny, I get 350k per week. Sell me if you have to. It's going to be hard anyway. You mans can't sell a fly or anything for anything. So good luck to you guys, because these men don't care. Like I've said it before. If new ownership is, just like I liked, for example, Poli, AC Milan's manager, the players weren't playing for the manager. Berlusconi went downstairs and said, play for him. I guarantee you staying in next season. If you don't, you'll be sold. You would leave. And guess what happened? AC Milan won the Scudetto, Yes. And that showed me that those players cared about, not because of the manager, but their own career and the fact that they wanted to stay at Milan, because it's a big club. Just like Manchester United. Prove to us that you want to be here. But you've shown us that you don't want to be here. So now, at the end of the season, a lot of casualties need to happen. A certain man needs to get got. Straight up. Get the strap. Assassinate. Please. Get rid. 10 men needs to get got. Minimum.
More than 10, but I hear you. Go on, Eddie. Say, carry on what you were saying.
Nah, because I'm watching this derby. And Flawless was there with me, right? I don't necessarily think that we were playing well. I think City just were playing. They were not at it.
Big up to Leon in the building as well.
Yes, sir. My dog. What up?
Wagwan people, what's happening?
Yes, sir. We cool. We cool.
It's good. Yeah, you man talking about the bigger picture right now, people.
Oh no! Oh my! I didn't know we was doing that.
We ain't even got to that part yet.
I got no context. Sorry, let me just shut up and you lot just carry on.
Nah. It's all good. It's all good, broski. Big up my dog. But yeah, it was just like it was the funniest thing seeing these dudes trying to play football against a team that I think the game on a whole nother level. Technically, they're on a whole nother level. And then just the passion and professionalism they bring to this shit is on a whole nother level. They talking on 3 fronts, we're outclassed. And then you got to add in that bald fraud that, honest to God's truth, the fact that he's made it this long lets me know that the players, they're already out of here. They're already out of here. They've already checked out. Like I'm looking at last week's performance. And for me, that performance was predicated just on professional pride. Right? Like just the fact that they didn't want to lose in front of the fans like that. So they tried their best. They tried to counter. They played last 10 minutes of the match. They tried to actually play football. And they lost. So then this week they say, okay, we put it on our shoulders. We're not good enough. We for damn sure don't think this manager is good enough. They went out there with the idea, let me just not get embarrassed. Because even when people shut up shop and put 2 rows of 4 or whatever they want to do inside their own half, they do it better than what we showed yesterday on Sunday.
True.
They at least make you think that they're a professional football team when they do that shit on Sunday. That looked like the 11 scared-ass, grown-ass men on the pitch. And Rashford just pulling some shit out the air. That's all that was on Sunday. For me personally, I wouldn't associate the word good with any of the players on that pitch. I would be like, you know what? They did it. They did their job. Casemiro won the ball back, but then he's involved for the Amrabat goal by giving him that terrible pass, right? The players in the midfield, McTominay, again. Oh my God. It is.
Oh my God.
It is
Oh my
2024.
God.
It is 2024, and we're talking about how McTominay just holds hands with his own shadow and don't do nothing on the football pitch. It is 2024. We're talking about the horrendous touch of a Mr. Marcus Rashford. We've been singing from the same hymn sheet since 2017.
Mhm.
This is what it is. So for me, man, like you said, Flawless, people love to pick and choose when they give responsibility to certain people.
Yeah.
The man has told you himself from a structure point, right? Because shout out to certain brothers who use the word structure a whole lot. That from a structure point, he would not be here if he did not have final say so over transfer. And from a structure point, any player that we have currently got in this squad is his. The
Pretty
best
much so,
one,
yeah.
the best one he can prop up right now about now is Onana. And again, it's crazy to me how a goalkeeper lets in 3 goals, and we're sitting here saying that he was one of the top performers on the pitch that day.
Goes to show how bad it was. I hear you.
Don't show how bad it was. Like there are multiple indicators that let you know the shit is crumbling. And Tyvorian's point about the players playing for Ineos, I think on their hierarchy, showing how shit this manager is, showing how good we are to Ineos, in that order. In that order. Like I'm just, I was pissed because I thought that was like, again, you can set up a certain type of way and at least look like defensively you have some pride about yourself. We only were up 1-0 because City could have finished their chances and because it took them a little bit longer to understand what we were doing. Because again, when you're doing nothing but you're sitting back, it's kind of hard to find the patterns because there's no real pattern of play with even what we're doing. Right? So I remember I said on the stream, like, if they play at a walking pace, they were playing too fast. They were trying to make these rash decisions way too fast. If they play at a walking pace, they will diagram and tear us apart. And that's what they did for the second goal. It was just like passing back and forth to one another, 1-2s, 1-2s. Next thing you know, Foden's in a position to score the second one. Like, it was comical. When they say men against boys, yeah. Because
Year 7s versus year 11s.
7s versus year young, because mentally, them dudes are children. They not cut out.
You've been saying
They
this.
not cut out for this shit. They really not. And it's just another embarrassment in the long list of the 23-24 season. Because, and the cold part is, I don't know if it gets any better. Like, what I saw on Sunday could be the tipping point in this season where they actually just, from here on, put on these type of performances. And hopefully we scumbag and win here and there, but I'm not even confident for Everton, dog. No.
This is the real life transition football,
Same.
people. This is the real transition
this
football.
guy, this trolling ways, Leon.
Oh, by the
Finite,
way,
the first thing you said,
Eddie, I wasn't
Finite,
laughing at you. I'm sorry, my grandma just cussed someone and I was creasing. Sorry.
Nah, you good.
I'm trying to concentrate. My grandma was cussing hard. So yeah, my bad. I'm
Shout out
just
grandma,
up.
man.
But yeah, honestly, bro, I can't even tell you what she said. It's rude. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, it just killed me. But I had to put it on mute.
Shout out, Grandma.
Yeah,
And this
she's on
was
a
it,
mad
what we were
thing.
talking about here. Big up to Warrior J. Manchester United players are increasingly doubtful that manager Erik ten Hag will be in charge next season. However, the Dutchman still has the support of the dressing room. That's from
Like,
Chris
bro,
Wheeler.
they think we're
That
done.
doesn't make sense.
Do they
They
think
have to
we're
say these
done?
things. They have to say these things.
Are you?
Yeah, they have
Do y'all
to,
think
yeah.
we done?
Yeah, it doesn't look that way.
We
Where did that
lost-
report come
they
from? Is
lost
that a
faith
United
in you.
correspondent or something?
Chris
Who's that?
Chris Wheeler DM is normally he's fairly reliable, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's one of
But
the
you
Think
can't
about
say
this.
that. That
You
contributes.
got, you got players saying, you got players saying, you got people
Mhm.
saying they're increasingly doubtful
Mm.
he'll be in charge, but he still has the support of the dressing room.
You have to,
Fuck
because you want to
your
play ball,
support.
innit? You have to look after
Yeah,
your
fuck your
number one.
support. Like, bro, what? Who cares? Who cares, man? What the hell?
What the
Yeah.
hell?
What
What
the
you saying? What you saying
hell?
about this, Leon? This comment right here. Well, this report, I should say. Again,
What-
report people. So we're just talking hypothetically on it.
What do you say? What do I think?
Yeah.
I don't. It's white noise to me. All these reports, man. It's just
Mm.
PR, innit? Like I don't ever. I just think I'm one of them people in life that never looks at what people say. I look into it a little bit more. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, let's take the pandemic for example. Yeah, like these motherfuckers telling us to come out here and clap the NHS when they're underpaying them. I'm not an idiot. I ain't clapping for nothing. Do you know what I mean? That's just the kind of person I am. Do you know what I mean? What's clapping going to do? Get a pay rise? Do you know what I mean? If clapping makes money, I'll clap all day. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand.
5 cents a clap. 5 cents a
Yeah.
clap. Hey, yo, chill.
I could have
Chill,
walked down my
bad.
road and
My
said to
bad.
people, hop on one
that's
leg.
what I was-
Hey,
that's what I
yo.
was thinking.
Riders might start clapping those streets.
That was a wild
Make
one,
it
too.
rain.
Just don't move
I
past
think-
it.
I think you just have to
Keep
add the
cooking,
context,
Leon.
innit?
Keep cooking, Leon. Keep cooking.
Yeah, because
keep
Leon, you're
cooking.
saying that if you clap all day, you have to, add some context to that. Just
Oh, okay.
the
No, that was
Yeah,
more
yeah,
for
yeah.
me. That was more
Rhino,
for
your
me.
mind
That
always
was
goes down the
not
pause
Eddie.
road.
It was Eddie.
Rhino-
Not you, Leon. It was me. It was me.
Oh,
It was
right,
me.
okay.
Yeah.
Eddie was it was
Hey,
Eddie.
yo. But yeah. Flawless, where's the soundboard, man? I'm waiting, ready, man. We're ready.
I told you what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm gonna do over international break. I'm reaching out to everybody and being like, I need soundbite. I've already got the list and I'm adding to it. So I'm already
Yes,
gonna be
okay.
adding the list. Like, I mean, getting sound bites off everybody and be like, yo, email me a soundbite of saying this, that. I got a lot. Let me know in the chat as well if there's any other ideas, any phrases you like hear people say.
I already know what you're going to do with the
I've got
dinner
this.
one. You just start
I've got
with your
this.
voice where it goes, word to Rhino, we're dinner. And then Rhino goes, yeah, man, we're dinner, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I've
that's
already
kind
do.
of
I'll
draw it
say,
together, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I say it.
but yeah, going back to
Yeah,
what I was saying, I just don't believe anything that comes out because even over the last 3 to 4 years on United social media, it's really shameless what we PR now. It's awful what we PR now. Like, and of course, we're in the social media era. I work in the boxing industry. Everything's clickbait. One guy says something in an interview, it's misconstrued into, they do it. IFL have gone down a pan because all they do is clickbait, innit? Like, and like, so I don't know, but I don't buy into it. I just, Fight
I
Hype.
said shout out Fight Hype.
Fight Hype are decent as well. Shout out Boxing
Yeah.
King Media. He's the guy taking over at the moment.
Okay,
But
okay. I love
he's
them
sick.
up
Check
too.
him out. He's dope.
Is he from
Huh?
Where's he from? Boxing King Media. I've seen.
He's
a
from
couple of his
Sheffield.
things. Okay, not Midlands, Yorkshire. Okay, first.
But he does. He gets a lot behind the scenes. Like he gets access to people you can't really get access to. So he's good.
Okay,
But back onto the football thing, it's like I try to use my intuition to kind of look through what is it? Is it read between the lines?
Yeah.
And just kind of filter the smoke out the way and then I know what it is. Like right now, yeah. If Ineos are the people that I hope that they are, my hope isn't they're going to transform United and we're going to win Premier Leagues next season. My hope is they have a brain based on the people that they're bringing in have a brain. So that for me, it's like, why would they ever consider this manager after this season when the statistics, I mean, Flawless, we're on streams of Saeed talking about we're breaking records for all the wrong reasons. So why would you then hire Omar Barada and Dan Ashworth and then keep somebody it just doesn't make sense to me. It's like logically it doesn't. So with these reports, I just think that Ten Hag has proven throughout his time that anything, I'm not saying he's put this out, but the club will back trying to make him look good over everything. The club will back trying to spin United to look good at the moment. Like this is one of the only times I've known in United history where even if you win 3 games on the bounce, the mood in the fan base doesn't change, innit? It literally is not changing. For me, it's not changing.
For some, that's the crazy part is we went on that winning run and all our energy here was the same in regards to, okay, yeah, good we getting results, but what does it change Not even long term. What does this change? Medium term, nothing, because we all seen the performances. We all know at any point a couple losses around the corner. Look what happened. Lost the
Exactly. Ask yourself, do you want a manager to get another year who's got a -2 goal difference? Do you want a manager that set records for leaving us out the Champions League with 4 points in 6 games against opposition like Copenhagen and Galatasaray? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you really want that? Does it make sense that he gets another year after that? Does it make sense that he comes out and makes excuses? So all of these reports are there to back the manager to make it look good, because it's like they don't want to. I don't know who's pointing out, whether it's Ineos or whatever, but they don't want to unmask what's going on behind the scenes. They want to keep that private for a little bit. That's the way I'm looking at things. They want to keep that private, and we'll bring that out. We'll bring that out. Plus, why would you upset the apple cart now? The season's already down the pan. I mean, why would you even throw more shit? Do you know what I mean? So, like, why would you throw more shit on shit? It's already shit. So,
hey, Jez, Jez, you out of order for this, man. You are. Let Conte live, man. Let Conte live. This guy, yo. Conte, this guy just jumping on man's grave, yo.
Like,
he didn't lose to a manager in prison. Go on, Eddie. Go on.
It's hilarious, this dude, right? Like, every week or every match, we're just gonna come after the game to these platforms and repeat the same shit. He's in over his head.
Yes.
He has literally lost himself in this job. You get outclassed like that, and you have the audacity to come out on international coverage and say that the fine margins were there.
I know that's
we could have won the game.
You're looking into it too much. For me, it's not even that emotional. He has to say that because he has to say it's like building a building and you've got a certain amount of budget and the budget's 100 grand and you're 80 grand in and they're like, yo, bro, where's the building? And it's like, no. Like, trust me, in the next 20 grand, you're going to see it's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? You're like, but where's the 80K?
That's a bar.
So he's basically like, he has to be like, it's coming soon. Trust me, it's fine. If this had happened, then trust me, we're nearly there. I can see it, but you guys can't. Like you said last week, Eddie, Ten Hag loves to remind us that he's a genius and we're not. I thought it was hilarious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy because, again, it's like he got that third eye open. You know, they talk about some of these people talk about having their third eye open. It's like he can see it. He can see it way better than all of us can. He can see it. We can't. The hell you doing, bro? What the hell is you even talking about? 27 shots to 2. And I might be gracious in giving us 2.
Nah, 3. It was 3, Eddie.
3.
Just to clarify. Yeah.
Don't do that, Flawless, because you brought up the only shot in the second half.
3 shots, man.
What do you mean 3 shots? I don't remember 3 shots. I only remember one.
I don't either.
Before, you know why? I just saved it, Eddie, just for so someone says, nah, it wasn't 2 shots, it was 3. Like, it makes
3.
a world of difference. That's what it is, you know. Before someone popped up that says, yo,
somebody would have typed that bullshit in the chat. Somebody would have typed that.
100%.
That's a bar. That's a bar.
I'd be like,
we only had one shot, man.
No, we had 1 shot on target. We had 3 shots in total.
I don't remember the rest of the 3, man.
Yeah, I forgot the game immediately. You know what I'm saying?
I remember Rashford.
Yeah, no.
Ivorian, we nearly scored, man. Garnacho was through. Edison fouled him. It probably should have been a penalty.
Let's get to these dudes. I ain't even.
Go on, Eddie. Go on, Eddie. Floor's yours, fam. Floor's yours.
That front 3. That front 3 of Rashford, Bruno, because Bruno practically played holding, and then he did whatever the hell he wanted. And Garnacho. I feel like watching them set the game of football back at least 50 years. At least. Like, what a terrible fucking showing from those 3. Honest to God's truth. And again, it's like clockwork. Rashford scores a goal, plays shit for the rest of the match. Garnacho, sheesh, this brother. I think, you know what I think he does when he gets, like, I say some people are running laps. He's playing hopscotch because he can't get his feet right. He's just hopping over the ball, just tripping over himself, looking down at the ground saying, okay, that's 1 foot, that's 2 foot, that's 1 foot, that's 2 foot. Brother just looks like an absolute clown out there. And then on the opposite side, they talk about youth. They talk about all these things. They don't like to bring up Phil Foden because when he was young, you could see something special.
You could see there was a skill level there.
The only thing I'm seeing from Garnacho is, again, give it 3 years. 3 years. It's back to La Liga. It's in Italy. Or my label for him is the Mexican League. That's me personally. I don't see the vision that a lot of people are getting out there. I must be Stevie Wonder in this bitch because, again, I just can't see it.
Yeah, I wonder if you could bet on in the bookies if Dan James will end up doing more than. I might have to put that bet on.
That's an honest question, bro. That's an honest question.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah.
Because Dan James was faster. He's more direct. And he knew himself.
He'll give you more assists.
He knew himself. Dan James on the counter compared to this bird on the counter, I like Dan James' chances. That header from Rashford should have just let people know he is not the guy. He's not the guy. Bruno'd, right? Again, trying to beat all the Kenyan running statistics out there with his performances. What more can I say?
Rashford's like the wingman. Rashford's like the wingman you don't want. He bangs every now and then, but he never wingmans you. Do you know what I mean? It's like that basically.
It's crazy, bro. It was just like, yo, this is United, man. This is United.
Is just, like Ivorian mentioned like
crazy.
It wasn't a shot going there, and the fact that we was like, all right, we're gonna lose this. This is how bad we was. Even though we was all like, yeah, well, it's highly likely we lose this game. We're still disappointed in defeat, even though we was expecting defeat. Like the bar was low, but holy shit! Like
every time, it
really is. But again, that I knew that attack wasn't going to do anything. That's why, in particular, in this game, I was like, you against the Manchester City, you have to have an X factor going forward. You have to, you have to
listen. Sorry, says listen. You guys thought I wasn't listening. You thought I wasn't listening. This Dan James thing needs to stop.
No, I heard you.
Right now.
Let's have a bet, man.
Leon,
let's have a bet, bro.
No,
straight up.
Listen. Let me say something.
ManDem asking for Dan James back, right?
Wherever you tried, Leon, it works. It works. Listen,
it's Daniel James, man. Daniel James, my guy.
Stop comparing Dan James to Garnacho, bro. Do you know why? I'm gonna say two things. If you can argue against it, fair enough.
If you say overhead kick, I'm going now.
It's not about the overhead kick, and even if you want to add that, I can say something on that if you really want to. Do you want me to say something on that?
Listen, we'll go first. We'll come back to it.
What I'm trying to say about Garnacho is he's being mismanaged. I understand that he's not the best player right now and he's annoying. But are you telling me that there's certain traits that he has that can't be coached into a way to make him a good player, bro? It's facts, bro. All this old Dan James has got pace, assists and all of that, bro. If Garnacho is managed in the right way, he can possibly be way levels above that. I'm not saying he's that now, but bruv, he's 19. And all this argument, and do you know what people want to say? Oh, but what about Kobe Mainu? Or what about Rooney and that? There's three types of footballers. There's footballers that are born skilled and they're ready, and there's footballers that need to grow into what they're going to be. So people keep blurring the lines between born skilled footballers and footballers that need to be developed into what they're going to be. Yeah? There's bare examples of it. Can
we just clarify which one he is then? Which one do you put him in?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's the one that needs to be developed. But this notion that he can never be that but look at when ballers are 18, that's two different arguments. I understand what you lot are saying. Maybe you want more Kobe Mainus. Fair enough. You want more ready-made ballers. I get that. But don't use that in the Garnacho argument because it's a different point.
That's not what the argument was. You just said, no, it's not. I'll tell you what, it's not the argument. It's not.
No, because that's why you keep bringing up the Garnacho thing because it started from me talking about how he can develop.
Because you got to think about it. If I'm comparing it to Dan James, I'm not comparing it to that type of baller.
No, but that Dan James point came from when I was talking about how he can be developed. Remember? That's the whole reason we had this whole debate.
It started from me saying that I don't rate him that much more. But listen, you just said then, that obviously you feel like he's got things that he can work on and develop and go levels. That was the word, levels above Dan James, So what attributes has he got for you that are going to develop and become levels? What level?
It's the heart. It's the trying for me,
heart
bro.
Is not an attribute. Stop.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Forget the words. You know what I mean. The fact he's got. You're being. You're stop being.
I think
what I'm
he's saying he has you know, the intangibles.
He's got the intent for it. And listen, at United, yeah, you have to look at something. This is how I look at Garnacho. Yes, okay, cool. He don't rip every guy he plays. He don't run past every guy, but he does do it. If he does it, if he learns to make the right decisions and does it at the right time, you see him doing the shimmies. You see he's trying, bro. The fact he's trying it shows me that if you manage this guy well, he can do his thing. No other guy's got the heart to try a bicycle. There's shit people that do score bicycles, but the fact he's got that in him. Just imagine if he hits the right trajectory and he starts doing that for fun. Kobe Mainoo said the way the ball traveled, he knew Garnacho was going to do that because he did it in under 21s before. So that shows that he's got that intent to be a star. I'm not saying he's going to be a star, he's going to be a Ronaldo, or he's going to be something. What I'm trying to say is that people are knocking off this whole notion that he can't develop into a great player. That's what's annoying me. They act like it's impossible. Why are you guys so sure that in the next year or two he can't be a mad baller, even if he's off the bench? That's my issue. That's the only issue.
The point wasn't that it was impossible. The point was I don't think from the attributes that I am seeing on the pitch and how that translates into consistency. Basically, like when I look at his game, when I look at his attributes and the style and the way he plays ball, I don't see that high ceiling for him. That's just my personal view. I'm not saying that he all of a sudden, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that like because he did. Bicycle kick. I don't know, man. Some of these guys do this stuff in training all the time. Like, some of these guys will just pull this off in training and stuff. Like, does he have the bravery? So does Bruno. I don't rate Bruno. Bruno's brave.
It's different though because but the difference between the bravery argument I'm making is that we've seen it work. Last season, the way he was putting players on the floor, the way he was doing the same 1-2 that Foden did, he did that against Fulham.
Wait a minute.
The last time, I'm not saying it. Wait, don't get lost into the point. I'm talking about the same 1-2 he did against Fulham when he did that popping 1-2 and he scored and he saved United. That same week that Ronaldo dropped the interview. Yeah, we were gassed. Everyone was gassed. He saved United. So when I say carrying United, I get it. Sometimes I don't find the best words, but I know what I mean, bro.
I know what you're trying to say. He's coming glimpses and stuff like that, but that's not enough for me. I'm sorry, it's just not enough for me.
Of course it's not enough, but he's not meant to be a starter, though.
No, of course not. Of course.
He cooked.
I'll let Eddie go first.
He cooked last season. He had his breakout last season. And then from then he's been mismanaged. That's the fact. It's a fact, bro.
Listen. I think cooked is a bit strong for me. I think like has he been mismanaged? I'd agree with that. Yeah, I do think that. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like the bar is so low right now that, and I'm not saying all of a sudden, Rhino, that like you don't know baller, right? I'm just saying that for me the bar is so low that anybody that does anything remotely special in this team,
but I'm not that delusional.
And I'm not saying you're hyping him up. No,
but do you know what, Leon? Do you know why you can't use that point? Because the same way you said, in hindsight, when I look at the Ten Hag's first season, it wasn't that good. You needed hindsight for that. That's the whole point. The fact you needed hindsight to relook at everything, this shows that sometimes, yes, we do get caught in a moment. But what I'm trying to say is, if you look at people like Rashford, Bruno's, and all these players, and the fact that there's certain things you see in these young players at this young age, that's the future, bro. The future's right there, bro. Like you said, the balance of the players that I've got it now, the players that are going to turn to something good. It's like Højlund. Højlund's got way more attributes that you can see now, but he's still got a lot to develop. There's certain things that Garnacho brings. When you bring that balance to it, in the next 2-3 years, bro, I can see them doing a mad thing, bro.
But you can see that.
I'm watch this before you go on. Last point on it, Leon.
I can't, and that's fair that you can. That's just me. What it is for me, Rhino, is basically the difference with Højlund and him is, if you name Højlund's attributes now, I think they're easy. I think he's quite silky on the ball. I think he's sensible. Do you know what I mean? I think his dribbling's good. Do you know what I mean? I think his balance when he's back against the goal isn't good, but his balance going forward is good. Like, these are all attributes for me. With Garnacho, his dribbling is poor. Like, I don't care if he's twisting, man. Like, if you are a right-footed player on the left-hand side and you've got pace, you can sit people down without having much ability. You can do that by just stepping inside and they're tired and they kind of, do you know what I'm saying? They give you that space there, especially when you drag the fullback out and then step back inside again.
All right, cool.
That's like one of the oldest
Let's just end this debate right now. Last season,
But dribbling-
when wait, forget it. I was gonna say one thing so we can end
I
this
want to
point.
talk attributes.
Last season when Sancho was doing poor, was you one of the people crying for Garnacho to replace him? Yes or no?
No, I've never cried for Garnacho.
Cool. Then it's done. Then it's
do you know
done.
why
Then
though,
it's done.
Rhino?
I think a lot of people pretend that they weren't, but
no, some people were. No, Rhino.
That's what I'm saying.
Most people were. You're right. Do you know what it is for me? It's just the type of player I don't like. It's just the type of player I don't like.
Enough.
It's just the kind of attributes I don't like. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like all of his attributes are just bang average. One thing that he's okay at is actually when he slots the ball in sometimes. That's not bad. But I do expect that just from a pro footballer anyway. If you give them time and space, I just expect that. We'll see. You could prove me wrong. I just don't
Rhino.
Yeah.
Rhino.
Be interesting. Go on, Eddie.
You're a real one. You feel me? Like, if you see a brother drowning, you're gonna stick your hand out. You're gonna pull him about that water. Let him live again.
Rude, no.
Me, I'm gonna let him drown. What you doing in that water in the first place? So personally, and it's just me, my preference. I cannot deal with footballers who trip over the ball consistently.
Fair play.
This is Garnacho's entire thing with me. Technically, he's not very good. That's the whole thing with me. I can start and stop right there. Technically, he is not very good. And
I think he's more better than people give credit for, personally. From last season.
He's effective. He's effective. To your last season point, what's the difference between this season and last season is he was put in a position where his level would suffice. He is a 20 to 30-minute player at best. At the end of a match. If you start Garnacho, excuse me, you're not going to see his effect until the end of the game. Because the only time he's effective is when people are tired. One man to man, ain't nobody scared of Garnacho. Nobody. I'll say this much. If Doku can play in the Prem, Garnacho can play in the Prem. But that's not saying much. So I hear you. There might be a player there. But
I think, do you know, can I just add one thing?
not trying to see it.
You have to be careful sometimes because even Flawless will probably say that because you play ball as well. Even like I play Sunday League ball. I was never great at it, but when people always shout to you, don't dive as a defender, that can make players look good as well. You know, when you just stand a man up, don't dive in. Do you know what I mean? And like when a player gets the ball sometimes and you try and make the challenge first time, basic people can go around people. Like I really believe that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%. But that's just by lack of like pace and athleticism to get back. Once if someone goes past me in transition, it's a wrap. I ain't catching them. That's why I'm not diving in. I'm standing man up and getting help across. I'm not diving.
Man's grabbing the jersey on the way by.
I am a cold in transition. 100%.
And I think there are two things. Two things can be true,
What
right
did you
now.
say, a
Two
code?
things can
Man
be
said
true.
I'm a code.
I'm a cold man.
I think-
You know what I'm saying? In transition. If I go past me, it's all right.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I'm a cold, yo.
He waving.
He say my back, me blood clot back.
It's a wrap. That's why I don't.
Spinal. Shout out to Mike Tyson. Spinal. I broke it in
No,
my
it
back.
is, yeah.
Spinal.
Just to even end my whole.
We need to all get here like a team. You know what I'm saying? I'll slow down the person. So like, yeah, I'm not diving in. 100%. Like, must be crazy.
So what you do? You
know
know
it is, yeah.
Is that what you're seeing? You're doing a Rashford, let a man just.
No. I'll stand them up. Like one
Not
thing
press
I will
at
do, I am fully aware of what I'm not good at. You feel me? So I'm not gonna go try and press and win the ball back, knowing if I get spun, it's a wrap. I'm standing man up to slow them down so the ball can go out wide. Like that's what it is. Slow down the attack. Told you, man. Cone. You feel me? I'm not with it whatsoever.
Yo, stop saying it, man.
Telling
It's
you.
He's not.
Let me just even end what I'm saying. Do you know what is that? I get what everyone's saying, and my thing is that I just feel like when we're complaining about all these players, we have a right to complain about anybody we want. We're a fan, but I just feel like Garnacho's the least of our problems. I feel like once we start improving this team, he's somebody that can grow around a set of good players. You know what I'm saying? If we had the right setup that we had, I think he would blossom way more, and we'll play him the way he needs to be played. Even if he has to be played off the bench, which I agree, I think he will be way more effective, and we'll see a lot more, and he will learn better. Right now, he's in a team where it's like it's against the odds are against him now because we're expecting so much from him, and that's not what he should be in. He shouldn't be in that position.
I do
Hey,
agree.
You feel me? So
I'm
He can be
gonna
a
say
system player.
some.
He can be a
I'm gonna
system player.
say some
Yeah.
that's gonna shake the room up.
Mhm.
Going
shake
forward,
the room.
I have more faith in Anthony finding his way than I do Garnacho.
So
Now,
wait,
that's a
you
bit
don't,
wild
you don't
still.
think
Now, that's a bit wild.
Garnacho has the
No.
potential?
No,
I think
You don't believe in the
I'm not
potential?
seeing it. Nah.
What do you mean, like in a
Because with
system, Eddie? Because I'm
potential,
like, my brain's
yeah.
just...
His
Because I
potential is
think,
broke.
honestly, I
The
think
thing, yeah.
Anthony has certain tools, reads the game well, can hold the ball up for himself when he's not trying to do spin-a-rooney. When the game is at a walking pace, Garnacho is so lost out there, it's alarming. I don't think he does a great job of reading the game naturally. I don't think even on the ball his decision making is all that good, right? I think the only thing his skill set lends to is a counter-attacking team because he's from the same church of Rashford and Bruno. I only operate when there's acres of space.
Mhm.
If there's not space, that's how I kind of view footballers. If I put a low block in front of you, how are you going to find the key? What are you going to do to unlock that situation? I see nothing in Garnacho's locker that would make me think he could ever be the kind of player to do that kind of thing. I just don't see it. And again, but to your point, because it's on my bigger picture. Forget Ten Hag's bigger picture, my bigger picture. When you manage players in a way that's strictly conducive to losing, the players who get hurt the most by that are the young ones, because what ends up happening is they build terrible habits that will take another manager 3 to 4 years to break in order to actually see it is what they can do. So the silver lining is maybe Garnacho understands that just because you sell jerseys, it doesn't mean you really that nice. And if he comes to the realization that, like a Dan James, off the bench is my only way of being really productive in this league, I hear you. But I honestly believe that along with, we have to stick with Rashford, right? We have to, because they paid him that much money unless nobody's buying it. I honestly believe that whether it's Garnacho, whether it's Rashford, in order for us to be respectable again, those two have to be the worst players that we have in attack.
And I think that is extremely fair. But moving on from this, because I'm sure Garnacho is still going to be a conversation all the way up until the end of this season, and next season
Garnacho, man.
as
He's
well.
young.
And to Warrior Jay, who says, Ten Hag did say this after the game, says, number 5, fifth position in the league can also be a position for a Champions League, so we have to fight for it. And I don't know the full context of this. Somebody did put in the comment section, I think it was yesterday or on game day, in regards to what the is, shows you where you are at and where this manager is at and where this team is at. And like I say, every time I'm on the Back Again podcast, every time I'm on here, anytime I'm on any platform talking about Manchester United, if you are still backing this manager, backing these players, backing this team, and backing this quote-unquote process, how much more evidence do you need to see before you go, you know what? It's not good enough. It's not. And you got the manager talking about, oh yeah, 5th is, I'm saying we have to fight for 5th. Is that where we're at? We spent north of 300 million for 5th. Is this what we did? Our players are on big money for 5th. The manager is on big money for 5th. That is, if one of us said that on this live platform, people would be against us. You know what I'm saying? People would have the pitchforks out if we were like, yeah, 5th, that should be the aim. The manager should, even if he believes that in his heart of hearts, he shouldn't be saying that. And it just goes to show where he's at. Like he's saying 5th. Yeah, go on, Sheik. Go on.
Yeah.
I just love how when he first joined us, he said eras come to an end. And now he's saying number 5 can also be a position for Champions League, so we have to fight for it. This is great. I love this, man.
He's saying it like it's breaking news, too.
Yeah.
Like we all don't know.
Exactly.
Number 5.
Exactly.
And you know what is the craziest part about it? For us to get 5th to be a Champions League spot, I believe City or Arsenal maybe have to win the Champions League or reach the final. Why, as a Manchester United manager, would you want that? Why would
he forgot? He forgot where he was.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
He probably did. He probably did.
And the
United
thing about it,
lost,
guys,
bro.
yeah, I don't even think we can get 5th position. You look at the
think
matches
we
that
get
we
fifth.
have left. We still
I
have
don't think
Arsenal. We still have Chelsea. We still got Liverpool to play, and they will pick the 3 points off of us like it's nothing. Sheik, sorry to interrupt. You was still cooking, bro. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
Yeah. Like same to that too. It's just like, man, it's crazy that you signed players like Mason Mount, you signed Anthony for how much ever you did to say quotes like this, like to end up saying stuff like this. You want to say eras come to an end. You might be sacked before one of the 2 managers that you named in that quote. So it's like it's crazy, man. It's like, oh man. It's
and you're
peak,
right,
bro.
Jess.
It's
Yeah,
peak.
you say I don't think he cared about Arsenal and City. Word to Eddie, like he just said, he forgot where he was at. More so that people will feed into believing United can still play Champions League football next season. Yeah, Jez, you know what, Jez, you are right. And just to get to this as well, because Jez also said, can someone tell me why people keep using Arsenal as an example to stick to your manager? In my opinion, what works for Arsenal works for Arsenal. The reason why people will use United fans who back Ten Hag will use Arteta and Arsenal because they have nothing to back up with him. They have nothing to back up their opinion and backing Ten Hag with what Ten Hag and Manchester United are actually doing. Because there's nothing to back him up with, or very little. And you're doing Dal Sim just pure reaches, enough reaches. You know what I'm saying? I believe everybody growing up when we play Street Fighter used Dal Sim. Like that's where it's at, the amount of reaching I see. I use Dal Sim as well on Street Fighter, quality character on there. But it seems everyone just hella reaching with it. And because Ten Hag is doing nothing of note, and there's no substance to what they're saying, they have to go, all right, well, forget Ten Hag. Arteta finished 8th twice, and look at what he's doing with Arsenal. And let's clarify that. And Arsenal fans won't like this, but I don't care. He's done fuck all with Arsenal of note. What has he done?
Nothing.
What has he done with Arsenal?
Nothing.
Had them in the title race. They was on top of the table for 92, 93%, and they finished 2nd. They did the runners-up thing. What has he done with Arsenal that we want him to do here? That warrant? He has not been a success at Arsenal yet. Now, if they win the Premier League or Champions League, whole different conversation. But guess what? They haven't, and they probably won't. So he spent 800 million, and all he's delivered is a FA Cup with another man's team. So what has he done? But again, people don't look. It just sounds good. Oh, look at what Arteta is doing with Arsenal, because Arsenal fans are currently happy. Because they are playing good football and they're scoring a lot of goals. They are in the title race and they are in the Champions League. Things that Arsenal haven't been in recent years. But what has he done? If Ten Hag had done what Arteta had done at United, so if he continues on the trajectory, so say he does the exact same, I'd still want him out. Because then you spend even more money. If you spent north of 800 million, which I think Arteta is, I think it's north of 700, 800 or in between, you better deliver a major trophy. 800 M's. I'm not talking about title races. I'm not talking about, oh, we score a lot of goals and the vibes is great. Vibes. Where's the trophy? You know what I'm saying? That's the vibes. I want winning ones.
It's been 4 or 5 years.
8th, 5th, 8th, 5th, 2nd, and now we're here.
I'm probably 3rd.
Nah,
he'll probably be 3rd.
We are pissed at this dude for putting us in 6th place. Our standards are different. Our standards will forever be different. Again, Arsenal talk like they're us, but they ain't us. They can do. That's the craziest part. That's what I don't like about our fan base. Weeks ago.
Sorry, this is hilarious.
No, go ahead, Cook.
Why wouldn't you want Ten Hag to finish 8th twice and bottle a title? This is
right. And that's the thing. Every time y'all bring up Arsenal, what are y'all defending?
That is mad funny, yo. That's
No, it hit different when it's the truth. It hit different when it's the truth.
Yo, that is mad funny, yo. Oh, I'm crying tears.
Yeah.
Yo.
Think about that.
I fucks with the comment section. Yo,
man. Thank you for putting it in perspective, man.
Because when I first seen the comment, I thought he was going the opposite. I thought he was gonna back Ten Hag. Sorry, Eddie, carry on. Hey, big up to you.
No.
Big up to you, great man.
I'm gonna let Sheik cook. I'm gonna let Sheik cook because it's just like what more do we need to really talk about this type of comparison about? Like, what have y'all done? What have y'all done to be like, yeah, who wouldn't want to be Arsenal?
Yeah, like
everybody else.
I'd get it if someone uses Pep or Klopp with City and Liverpool as the example. I understand that because they've actually won things. Someone uses Pep and goes, yeah, City, treble, multiple league titles. Liverpool has much to get onto them. Domestic double in regards to the cup. A Champions League, a Premier League, substance. Stop
But
feelings,
to that
man.
point, flawless.
Yeah.
To that point,
Yeah, go
flawless. Let me just make one more quick thing before you go,
Go on.
Sheik.
Yeah.
Hey, Casemiro, I rock with you. I really do. Don't you ever fix your lips to say that United need to move like City in the rebuild. Don't you ever fix
Yeah,
your
I hear
lips
that.
to say that. Don't ever. But yeah, you got it, Sheik.
Yeah, the aim should
Yeah.
always be to be the best. Like that's what the United should be. We should be aiming to
Yeah.
whoever the best. If we should be aimed to be the best and better. But yeah, go on, Sheik. Go on.
Yeah, two things I want to say, right, about this whole Arteta thing. People don't want to talk about how many domestic cups he just doesn't give a shit about, too. Can we all agree that this Arsenal team is actually okay in winning some domestic cups, but the fact that he
Absolutely.
hasn't won a single one, only the FA Cup, which he inherited midway through the season, wasn't even entirely his team. He won off of like Emery's scraps, basically. So it's like, one thing is that he's bottled so many domestic cups, so that's like one thing, too. Second, him and even like I hear how people bring up Klopp's reign too, like, oh, Liverpool gave Klopp time and look what he's able to do. He's transformed it into this team and stuff like that. Klopp had a style of play from day one with this team. The only issue with him was that he didn't have players that fit his style of play, so he went ahead and bought certain players that fit his style of play.
Big
And
up, Tony.
that's what the issue basically is here. 2 years into Ten Hag's regime, what is our style of play? He says transitional football. What is transitional football? Somebody please explain that to me. Like, it just, yeah, man. It's like Arteta, people want to bring up Arteta and all this stuff like that. What has Arteta won, man? You want
I would say what transitional football is, but I don't want to Flawless to lose his channel, so I'm gonna let that one cook.
You know what the craziest part is? You know what the craziest part is, Sheik? Take it, you know what? And it just came to me was we talk. People like to use Arsenal and Arteta. Take out the FA Cup that Arteta won. What is the difference between Arteta at Arsenal and Poch at Spurs?
Yeah.
All the things Arsenal fans will mock Poch and that Spurs team for is the Arsenal team. What is the difference? Take out the
You know,
FA
it is
Cup.
flawless though. The only thing that I think Arsenal fans can be proud of, obviously I agree with what everyone's saying. The way they play is mad. Like the fact that they play so well that we can put them up there with City and Liverpool. I think they get lost in that and forget that the other things matter as well. So I think what it is because they're playing so good and now they've been put up there with those Liverpools and Cities. I think they get the blurred, like the lines are blurred. That's what it is. So they're just lost in the fact they're playing so good, but then they're thinking, hold on, with that now you need to win something. You feel me? So that's what they.
Exactly.
I feel like they need to play that card where they just need to be patient, win something first, then have that chest. But they've got so much chest in their playing style that hasn't won nothing yet that they're getting ahead of themselves. So I think that's what it is.
Imagine, Reno, having all that
And just
chest
quickly before you go,
and not win
Ivorian,
anything.
Tony, the reason why I take away the cup is because that was not Arteta's team. I give him full credit for winning.
What was that,
FA
quarter
Cup.
final or something? When did he join
That-
them? Was it quarter final?
Yeah, I think it was the season
Emery
that
got
he joined halfway through.
sacked mid-season.
But
he got
yeah,
sacked
I give
mid-season.
I give Arteta. But the reason why I take away that cut because that was before he had spent a whole heap, spent close to $1 billion. Number one, number two, it wasn't his team. So now he spent close to $1 billion, and Arsenal have won nothing. So back to the overall point, because before people get it confused, what I'm saying is when to Jez's point, why do people say, oh well, Arsenal gave Arteta time, so we should give Ten Hag time. And my overall point is Arteta has done nothing at Arsenal that I want to see here like that. Spent 800 million to play good football. Now I'm cool. Brighton has not even spent 10% of that and play good football, and they've won the same amount.
That's very true. Yeah.
Are you man disregarding Arteta? You forgot about the silver plate of the Community Shield, fam, that we eat on, bro. Don't forget about that. He won that.
I want to get to real quick.
Go on, Sheik, cook.
Crazy.
I see a comment from Tony. He says we play the best football in Europe and we back-to-back title chases. Come on now, back-to-back title chases got you what? Did you win anything?
Tony,
so it's like we're gonna have conversations about is being in title races, not actually winning trophies. If Arteta had won some domestic cups, a Europa League, I'd be like, okay, Arteta's actually won something. So you can be like, okay, maybe he does have what it takes to lead them to a league title because he has credibility on winning a trophy. So are we just basically saying that we're okay and just being within conversations about winning stuff, or do we actually want to win stuff?
Same thing they used to get to Tottenham for as well. Same thing.
You know what it is? These men just want to be in the club. They're interested in drawing no gyal. They ain't interested in going to the bar. They just want to be in the. Once we in the club, that's it. They don't want to do anything. Bear in mind, Manchester United, we can't get past the bouncer. So this is not me. We can't even get outside. I mean, we can't even get inside. We're outside in the rain.
We're in the
But they're
queue,
just
bro.
happy. See Liverpool in their drawing.
They say taking their selfies and that. Yeah, like.
Selfies, man. They just
No. We came with the throwback kit on. They said, "Hey, no kids, no kids."
Yeah, no kids.
man.
Look what Tony said, and Tony's a very like knowledgeable. I still find it's like, oh, we play the best football and we're in back-to-back title races. I want more than my club, because you know what the crazy part is about Arsenal fans? That's exactly what you lot criticize Wenger for. Because for a long time, Wenger played the best football in Europe and was in title races and didn't win nothing apart from FA Cups for a period. And you man wanted him gone, but now it's Arteta with more money spent. Now it's okay. If that's the bar, fair enough.
Conversation.
Playing great football and being in title races is the bar for some. For me, that's not the bar. And maybe it's, I don't know, it's the era I grew up in. What I want is trophies. Forget great football. Forget being in title races. How about we win? But hey, we move.
Yeah.
I'm saying. But go on.
That's a great analogy, man.
Hey, it's just
We're just happy to be in the club, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're just happy
It
to
all
be
comes
here.
back to the same thing. Some Arsenal fans said last year that they had a better season than us. And I'm like, okay, where's your trophy at the end of the season? We won more than you. You were in a title race, but we won more than you in terms of a trophy. We actually have medals to bring that shit up. So it's like, and then he's saying stuff like, oh, talking with chess, but no, not against Man City. Okay, man. You want to just bring up our games against Man City? Talk about your title race, man. Talk about Arteta's reign so far.
Oh, they want to bring up games against Man City.
Yeah,
That's
you sure?
I was gonna say. Yeah,
you sure?
That's exactly
Who was on top of the league for 200 plus days and 8 points clear in April, fam? Who was?
And you know what the crazy part is as well? As you're talking, Sheik, because you're cooking right now. Being in the title race is the new top four in regards to it's now applauded. The same way people say, "Oh, top four, like it's
crazy.
an achievement." There's no trophy.
Crazy,
now being in a title race. You know what I'm saying? And
that's how shook they got y'all. That's how shook they got y'all. Like, hey, we was in. It's like the dudes who used to race Usain Bolt. Hey, when they get older, they gonna show their kids, hey, look, I was in 5th place, but you see Usain, you see his shoe in the frame. They don't even got the whole body pic. They just got the back end of a Puma in the picture. These dudes, man, come on, stop playing with us, man.
Yeah, man, come on, man.
He was the first one to start the whole top four is a trophy thing, and now with Arsenal fans now being in I've heard this not just Tony, I've heard it multiple times. Oh, we was in the title race. Did you win?
Hey,
what are we talking?
Arsenal fans, let me just say something. The only time coming second matters is in bed, bruv. That's the only time it matters.
He's like, right?
On the table,
that's gonna go over some of their heads, you know. That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah, man.
You know what? You're right. You know what I'm saying? Normally, I'd be like, whoa. You spot on there. To the youngest, don't just ignore that. To any youngsters who are watching, ignore that part. To anyone who's of age to be involved in adult activities, hey, take note of that. You know what I'm saying? That is the lesson of the day. That is the lesson
facts.
of the
You
day.
lot are right, man, because I feel like Tottenham used to get all of that heat. So what? You came above us. So what? You came above us. You haven't won nothing. You haven't won nothing. And then now it's the same. It's the same principle.
Because there was no praise for Tottenham. There was no praise for Tottenham being a title race with Leicester.
Yeah.
When they was with Arsenal, they didn't get praised. We did like no. Poch was called this, that, and the third, and it's Spursy and bottom. And now it's like, I don't like the word bottle when it comes to Arsenal, but literally that's what's applied to Tottenham Hotspur. But when it's Arsenal, it's like no.
It's different.
You know what I'm saying? It's different.
That last quote, I need somebody to put Ivorian in like one of them like poses like in the black and white.
And the quote,
and the quote right next to it.
He's right, though. He's right, but someone please do that. You know what I'm
saying? That's what I'm saying. True words, Ivorian. True words have never been spoken.
A shout out to Nazar as well. So shout out to Sarcasm, your bumper clock. Big up, man. Much appreciated. Large up everyone who's tapped in.
Boy, man. Was cooking with that one, dog.
100%. That's why I was like, all right, where's Ivorian going with this? And I was like, nah, he's spot on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He landed well still.
Yeah.
That's why I got the mask on, because the pauses earlier on was too much. I had to,
He didn't want his mom to know that he was in this podcast. That's what he's trying to say, bro.
That's what
Mom, I wasn't there, bro.
Hey.
So, man,
Oh,
it's
dude.
crazy. But hey, large up everyone that's tapped in, continue to run up the likes. Still well over 100 people in here. And actually, you got 83 likes. We've done decent, but let's get up to 100 likes. Like check
Get that to
1212.
100.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button. All the ManDem, their channels are underneath in the description. They're also on the featured channel page. Sheik's channel, Leon's channel, Rhino's channel, Ivorian's channel. All links underneath in the description. All on the featured channel page as well. Same for this Crook Tony in the chat. His channel is underneath in the description, also on the featured channel page. And everyone else you see feature on here who has a channel, their links are underneath and in the featured channel page as well. But speaking of that, back to United and Erik ten Hag as well. This was a very, very, very interesting treat. So these are some of the records broken by Erik ten Hag. Hey, people, you know what? Wait, one sec. Let me take a sip of water before this. Hey, people.
Bro.
Hey, look.
My water's done.
This list longer than Uncle Murder's wrap up. So Manchester United hadn't lost 13 games by Christmas since 1930 until Erik ten Hag.
Oh my! Wait, Flores. Let us dissect. Let us marinate. 1930.
1930, yes. 1930, yes. Just to clarify.
Oh my!
Manchester
that was
United
after
hadn't lost.
before World War II or something. That's crazy.
That was probably before World War Once.
Or World War. I can't remember my history, but yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Manchester United
Lord.
hadn't lost 13 games by Christmas since 1930 until Erik ten Hag. Manchester United hadn't gone 4 games in a row without scoring since 1992 until Erik ten Hag. Manchester United hadn't finished bottom of their Champions League group since 2006 until Erik ten Hag. Manchester United hadn't lost back-to-back games to West Ham since 2007 until Erik ten Hag. No Manchester United manager has conceded 20 goals to Liverpool and Manchester City in their first 7 games against them since Alfred Albert in the 1800s until Erik ten Hag. 1800s, you know. 1800s.
Wasn't they was like no blacks, no
1800s.
dogs, no Irish back in them days or something like that, right?
This was
no
at the
blacks,
time
no dogs, no Irish, bro.
we was drinking from different water fountains at them times. What are we talking about?
Maybe over there, over here, you know. Let me chill. I was about to say.
Manchester United
I'm sure
had
there was
never,
TVs back then.
Manchester United had never finished with as few as 5 points in their Champions League group stages in the competition's history until Erik ten Hag. No English club had ever conceded 15 goals in the Champions League group stages in the competition's history until Erik ten Hag. Manchester United had never lost 4 of their 6 Champions League group games in the competition's history until Erik ten Hag. Hey, wait, people, there is more. Manchester United had never failed to keep a clean sheet in 5 of 6 Champions League group games in the competition's history. You guessed it, until Erik ten Hag. Manchester United had never lost 12 of the opening 23 games of the season. You guessed it again, until Erik ten Hag. Bournemouth had never won at Old Trafford until Erik ten Hag. Bournemouth had never scored 3 goals at Old Trafford until Erik ten Hag. Bournemouth had never kept a clean sheet at Old Trafford until Erik ten Hag. Manchester United had never lost 7 of the opening 16 Premier League games. You guessed it again, until Erik ten Hag. Manchester United hadn't lost back-to-back league games against Newcastle since 1972, until you guessed it, the Dutchman, Erik ten Hag. Manchester United hadn't lost 3 games in a row to Newcastle United. Oh yeah, I just read that one. Wait, here we go. Newcastle United hadn't kept 3 clean sheets in a row against Manchester United since 1897, until Erik ten Hag. Manchester United had never lost 6 of the opening 14 games of a Premier League season until Erik ten Hag. No English team in Champions League history had ever conceded 14 goals in the first 5 Champions League group stages until Erik ten Hag.
I can't take this. I can't take it.
Wait. Hey, do you
This
think it's
is
over,
nuts.
Rhino? Nah, there's more.
Come
Manchester United had never. Wait. Where was we at? Let me just clarify. Hold on.
Yeah,
Manchester United had never lost a Champions League group. If you lot need to get a snack, get a drink, and just carry on. Yeah, someone click this there, bro. Feel free, because there's more. There's more.
We need to get this out here. Keep going, Flores. We need to get
Keep
this out
cooking,
here.
keep cooking, man.
Man United PR, they're blocked. They don't want this to get out here.
Yes.
This needs.
Yeah.
We need to push this out here, bro. Go on.
Manchester United had never lost a Champions League game. They were leading by 2 goals until Erik ten Hag. Twice since. Manchester United hadn't lost a game they were leading by 2+ goals since 2014 until Erik ten Hag. Manchester United had never dropped this many points from a winning position in Champions League history until Erik ten Hag. Manchester United had never conceded 4+ goals in 2 Champions League group games until, you guessed it, Erik ten Hag. Manchester United hadn't lost 9 of the opening 17 games since 1974 until Erik ten Hag. You think the people, there's more. No team had ever given away 4 penalties in their first 4 Champions League group games in the competition's history until Erik ten Hag. No player as young as Rooney, can't pronounce his surname, the guy who played for Copenhagen, I believe, had scored against Manchester United in the Champions League until Erik ten Hag. Manchester United hadn't lost 8 of the opening 15 games in a season since 1962 until Erik ten Hag. Manchester United hadn't lost 5 of their first 10 games at Old Trafford since 1931 until Erik ten Hag. I think my grandma was born around that time. Newcastle hadn't won at Old Trafford since 2013 until Erik ten Hag. Newcastle hadn't won a cup game against Manchester United since 1994 until Erik ten Hag. Manchester United hadn't lost twice in a row to Newcastle since 1972 until Erik ten Hag. Wait, there's more. We're almost there, people. We're almost there. No post-war Manchester United manager, let me repeat that. No post-war Manchester United manager had conceded 20 goals to City and Liverpool in their first 6 games against them until Erik ten Hag. Manchester United hadn't lost 5 of their opening 10 league games in 36 years until Erik ten Hag. Galatasaray hadn't won a game on English soil in 117 years of existence until Erik ten Hag. Manchester United had never lost the 2 opening Champions League group games until Erik ten Hag. And the last one, Manchester United had never conceded 7 goals in the opening 2 Champions League group games until, you guessed it, Erik ten Hag.
And there's one more. There's one more. Erik ten Hag's missus used to come first every day until she got under Erik ten Hag.
I flawless. You know when you're reading that, do you know how I feel? You know, like when I don't know if you can relate to it. Like, you know when your anger's just boiling up and you're just like you're just ready to knock something out. Like
Damn,
I feel like you know you're reading this list. I'm seeing ten Hag in the window. I'm just going. When you come out that door, boy, you are gonna get smoked. That's how I'm feeling. Like, you know, on my life, yeah. I want to hear what bollocks people defend. How can you defend this, bro? We need to put this out there. We need to put this out there. The
only list longer than that,
bro,
is Nick Cannon's roll call when he's looking for his kids.
It's even longer than the Great Wall of China, bro. That list is longer than the Great Wall of China, my guys, bro.
Crazy.
It's long.
Flawless, send me this list. Every show I'm going on, I'm gonna say word to Flawless. Listen, bro, listen. This list. No, wait, no, ManDem, wait. No, wait. Listen. This is very serious, you know, bro.
And people will still back it. People will hear that and still back this and still say,
I've got water in the back of my eyes. I'm embarrassed, bro. I feel my stomach feels funny right now, bro. This is mad, bro.
I'll send it through to you, man. Now
it's longer than Man City's 103 charges, bro. This is
bro.
too much.
It's longer than the list of topics Uncle Murder has on his yearly wrap up. What are we doing out here?
Hey, nah. I think anyone that defends him now is gonna actually get me angry automatically. Even if they haven't heard this list. Nah, bro, this is peak, man. This is get this man out, bro. I don't even care. Just come on, man.
And for those asking, for those that's asking, it's car, bro. For those that are asking, it's on Troll Football. It's on Troll Football. I'm gonna retweet it now. Make sure you follow me at That's Me Flawless. I'm gonna add it right now.
I'm retweeting it right now.
Yeah, bear with me.
I'm gonna at Man United. They're probably gonna block me, bro. Down, bro.
You see it?
Dog took us it's bad when you've hit marks that neither Moyes and Ollie have hit.
Bro.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Those two were the worst United managers I've ever seen in my life, man.
I'm just retweeting it now.
Even they didn't do that?
What?
I said, now you can see it. We no longer call them United. It's Manchester Haram, bro. They don't deserve the United tag. They don't deserve it.
I just quote tweeted it and retweeted it. So make sure you follow me. That's me. Follow all the ManDem on Twitter as well, or X, whatever they call it.
Wow,
that's not a made up list, people. Just to clarify,
bro.
And I seen it, and I was like, I'm gonna bring this up on the show, and you know what? I'm gonna bring it up on every show. I might even read it
Every
out on
show.
every show at the start. You see how
You have
Lewis
to.
has? No, I'm gonna do shout out to Lewis. You know, like Lewis has his list of Poch and the music playing at the start. I might have to
Yeah.
add that and do that and have
Every
the
show.
and just have it rolling
Words.
down at the start.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm gonna do with the music. Shout out to Lewis.
Because it's
who
like,
did
why
that.
they're like, why don't you back the manager? Well,
Man,
you know, now
this
that
is
you've
mad,
asked,
bro.
now that you asked, here's my list of why I don't back the manager. Like,
Yeah, I'm dropping the group chat, so all you man got it. All you man got it.
This shit was longer
bro.
than Chris Jericho's list, fam. You made
Yeah,
the
it
list?
was.
Like this shit was.
I almost, when I quote tweeted it yesterday, I almost used the Jericho gift when he's got the list when he's talking to the files and holds. And I was like, I'm gonna bring this up on the show, and I purposely didn't do it at the start. I purposely waited before we started talking and everything. So just to clarify, I might just start running that at the start of shows. Word to my guy Lewis who does that with Poch. I'm gonna do that with
Do it like the Star Wars joint. You ever seen Star Wars? Star Wars got them yellow letters. Yeah, and they just let it roll. Put the Star Wars music. Put the Star Wars music around and just let it cook.
If anyone in the chat knows how they can do that, let me know in regards to the edit. I need the edit.
Crazy,
Look, you got Rhino and Ivorian looking at it now, like, yo, you know what, people? Because I was scrolling up and down and I was talking, I probably missed a couple. It's probably slightly the list is probably.
Do you know what's so
wrong.
mad? Yeah, remember last time I was telling you guys that I feel like sometimes people from the PR team watch like these shows, and I couldn't remember the example. It's the Potter. On ManDem Talk, we was talking about Potter. No other show was talking about Potter. The next day, Potter's linked to United. So I believe it, you know, because there's been more examples. This needs to get out there. This needs, because the moment this gets out there, I swear to you, there's no reason to keep this guy. I understand we have to keep him to the end of the season because the longer he's here, the less we have to pay him out. It makes sense. Fair enough.
I think they do.
But bro, you can't defend this, bro. This is mad, bro. This should blacklist him from any club ever in the history of football,
That's
bro.
crazy.
This
To your
is
point,
mad,
Rhino. To your point, Rhino. That's why whenever imagine what's more consistent, right? I think the statements we put out or the reports that get put out after a loss that we all don't like. And what is the conversation? It's usually what the YouTube pages have been talking about the entire week leading up to the match. All anybody ever said before this match was of talking about Ten Hag's future, and then conveniently we get a leak. We get a leak from these reporters that the players, you know, they're not really feeling Ten Hag either. They're losing faith. It's real convenient. It's real convenient. So to your point, they're definitely listening, watching, taking shape of what people are saying, because it's like when the sale thing was happening. Dog. Please don't tell me there's a Seymour. If there's a Seymour,
big up Nero.
Is there a Seymour? Like you got to click to see more? Is that everything?
Oh yeah.
You gotta keep scrolling, bro.
You got to keep scrolling.
More, 1 second. Let me zoom in. Yeah. All right, there we go. Yeah, this is the list I read out, so you lot can see it right there. Look.
How he get that many characters? Oh, he paid for that many characters. I swear he did. Because I thought Twitter's like 140.
Yeah, Troll Football a big account.
Yeah, definitely.
Look, here we go. You lot can see that right now, yeah? Is that zoomed in enough?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good. All right, cool.
The picture's clear. The picture's very clear.
Yeah, you lot know
I'm just
not
looking
lying.
at the
Look,
sidebar. How much you gotta scroll down?
Look at this, man.
Let's scroll. Nah, ManDem. Nah.
That's longer. That's crazy. That's longer than the text you get after you ask her, is everything okay?
And then you got the bubble on top of his head. You got the bubble on top of his head.
Yeah, they use that picture. That's the picture to use.
Like, do you know what it is, ManDem? Do you know why I'm so fuming right now? Is because it's mad, because I was on a show the other day and was just talking about the fact that all these people are human beings and certain kind of emotions we have towards the football we take out on them as people, innit? But I swear to you, the fact that this guy insults our intelligence, tells us everything's fine and all that stuff, I almost feel sorry for the guy. But it's like, bruv, that list, ManDem, I don't even have no words. That list, I'm not gonna stop talking about this list till this guy's gone, because I'm just waiting to see what people say to defend it. Because if you defend this, there's something wrong with you. And I think
you know what
I don't know what to say, bro. I don't know what to say.
Head's gone. You know what they'll say? He didn't have it. You know what they'll say? Like certain ones, he didn't have his full team.
Yeah.
He didn't have his full team. Because
Man,
even when you break, go on.
I was to say, man, if you brought that list to me and I was in a disciplinary meeting and said, "This is what you've done," I'm getting up.
I'm just walking out.
Leaving
just
the
walking
office.
out. Yeah.
There's no coming back with that list.
Hey, I wanted
Just put
to add
put the cuffs on. Just put the cuffs on. It's all good.
Police
You know the
interview
people
room?
that go to the
Take me
the
now.
people that the guys that they let into the press conferences, yeah.
Mhm.
They're vetted by the club, innit? There's no
Yeah.
way there's someone that can come in and read that list and say, Ten Hag, have you realized that these are all the I would love for that to happen, you know. He'll get escorted out quick. Whoever's gonna we have to find some way to get that in the press room, you know.
Rhino, you
I
have to remember
swear
that
to you.
guy that asked Ollie what's his philosophy and never got back to that press conference.
Yeah,
ever again.
yeah.
Ollie didn't like it. It just shows you that
But
they select
because
who
they'll
comes
make
in.
And I think you have to show their question. You have to show what questions they're going to ask as well. There must be, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't even think you got to do all that. I think they know who's
what they
trying
say
to
about
play the
this is like,
company. No, go ahead, Paul. Go ahead, you got it.
You was about to say something. Yeah.
So they'll say, because they'll say, like, for instance, they'll be like, yeah, Manchester United hasn't lost 13 games by Christmas since 1930. They'll say he didn't have his full team. Manchester United hadn't gone 4 games in a row without scoring since 92. They'll say that, you know, Martinez was missing. Manchester United hadn't finished bottom of their Champions League group since 06. You know what they'll say? He didn't have his full team, even though it was Copenhagen and Galatasaray in that group. Manchester United hadn't lost back-to-back games to West Ham since 07. Again, they'll say they didn't have their full team. West Ham are in a good form. They got Kudus, they got Bowen, etc., etc. No Manchester United manager has conceded 20 goals to Liverpool City. You know what they'll say? Oh, yeah, Liverpool and City are on another level. Like I say, that's what it will be. That'll be excuses. 100%. But that list is out there. And like I said, I'm legit going to do, shout out to my guy Lewis, I'm going to run that list at the start of every show. I might even run it at the end of shows as well. I need to figure out how to do the edit and how he's done that. And I'm going to do that and just run it.
You know what you do? Like, you know how you have that little, that 5-minute introduction type?
I have that there.
Yeah,
So I can write
that.
there.
I'm going to make something. I'm going to try to
just have it on repeat. You know what I'm saying?
Just have it right there.
Yeah, I just need to figure out how to have that video on loop. That's what it is. I'm sure I can screen record and put it on loop and do that. That's what I'm
Yeah.
Just have it on loop and just have it there just for people to see. Like, just but it's
do you know what is, man?
I was gonna add something
on,
to the list. I was gonna add something to the list. Manchester United fans had no idea what the bigger picture was until Erik Ten Hag.
That simple. It's that simple, people.
That's the bigger picture.
Yeah, man.
That list is a big picture.
Hey, VAR. Hey, bro. VAR. That's what I'm saying, man. I feel like if everyone, the people that want to trust the process, there has to be a limit that you can take to realize, okay, you know what, this is too much damage. You know, sometimes they say it has to get worse before it gets good. There needs to be a limit, man, because this has gone way past it, man. Honestly,
crazy.
I'm embarrassed. I'm proper embarrassed right now. It's not even my fault, bro. It's not even my fault, bro.
And people will say all of that. And bear in mind, people, that's only from August till March.
18
months.
Even
a full season.
18
months. Not even a full
yeah.
season. It's not even a full season. No, this August to March. That's it.
Is it?
That's only
bad.
This season.
That's bad.
All them stats are this season. So you're saying August, September, October, November, December, January, February. So you're saying what? 7 months. 7 months. He's done all that of absolute car crash. Because remember, most of the stats were like Champions League, group stages, which we went out of. Also, Premier League, like losing X amount of games in X amount of time, etc. Some of them things, 1800s. 1800s.
So what are you saying? This is the first page on Brelford's paper when he sits there now going to read. Be like, yeah,
He has
I've
to,
been looking at a lot of these performances.
Has to be. If troll football can get that on Twitter, Ineos, Barada, all the people in charge need to have that. If we can have that, because I'm running it now at the start of all shows. 100% I'm running. I might run it at the start of just every show. Every Manchester United, even if it's the United City show, United Liverpool, United Arsenal, United Chelsea Spurs, Q&As, the whole 9. I'm just running it like match days, the whole 9. Did they even put to Gray? They didn't even put the Liverpool loss on there. That's the craziest part.
Yeah.
There's more. They didn't even put the Liverpool loss on there. They didn't put this the first time we lost to Fulham at home in the league since 2004. I think they didn't add that either. Yeah, Warrior Jam. Like that list is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. I'm gonna mention it to Ryan. I'm mentioning this to everyone. Now you know it's how the Ten Hag has got nothing to say. You don't see them in the chat no more. But what manager would you rather have? What manager does a better job? Any manager. Any manager. I legit think you could take one of us 6 and we don't break all them records. And I am no manager. And we don't. I would trust anyone on this panel to not go and break them. 1800s, 1932. You're talking our grandparents, great-grandparents, and great-great-grandparents. Records have been broken since 100 years. One of them was in the existence of the Champions League. One of them was the existence of Galatasaray as a football club. It was like 117 years. And you lot have the cheek to question us as fans and us being negative and saying, oh, it's for clicks and it's for views and how about you open your eyes and see what's going on at the football club if you really care and really love the football club like you say you do? How is that acceptable? But you'll blame content creators for results.
Crazy, bro.
We went back to the 1800s, people.
1800s,
and as 4 black brothers over here, ain't no time in the world is we ever trying to go back to the 1800s.
True that, man.
1800s. What more needs to be said?
I didn't even know football existed them times.
Dog. Hey, it didn't exist for us right now. I'll tell you that much.
That's when they had them mad brown footballs, them leather, them mad footballs and that, them look like stones and that.
Right, know what's so deep? Goalkeepers didn't have gloves back then. That's how far back on. There was no gloves. It's just hands, plain hands on level ball.
Crazy.
Them weird kits, them weird skimpy kits, and them pause kits and that, right?
out there wearing thongs and stuff out on the pitch. Crazy.
Oh no, ManDem. That's been a mad shock for me still. I knew it was bad, but that one's a serious eye opener. I can't even lie. I feel so trust me, that one hit home still. I can't even lie to you.
It's crazy. Man, we just would never. You would just never put those type of performances as bad as we've been. That's usually like spread out between different types of managers.
Yes.
For it to all be attributed to one,
and we're still 6.
We're still 6. And that goes to tell you about this Premier League. Y'all need to have a real look in the mirror. If a team like United can somehow be 6th, like, what y'all doing out there, man?
People have the cheek to tell me, oh, you being harsh, the Premier League's of a good standard. Look at the manager in charge, and we are 6 with a legitimate chance of getting champs.
I wonder if Poch has broken as many records like that.
Probably not, because Lewis would have done said it. And Poch is
curious.
Again, Chelsea was established 2003, so it's not too late. They can't really go back.
Exactly.
You know,
I always said that.
And people want to have their cheek to say that shit to me. Yes. Outrageous. And you know what, people? There's more. There is 110% more. Like in regards to Sheik mentioned it. Ten Hag's the first manager that we've ever had who shown us. What did you say was the line, Sheik? I don't even want to butcher your
Manchester United fans did not know about the bigger picture until ERIK Ten Hag.
Facts. Yeah. The Fulham game that I mentioned at home. Outrageous. And he's going to break more.
Yeah.
Nah,
how many bullet points was on that list?
I can't have this.
Can't run, bro.
Look at Rhino's face. This is Rhino is just like, yo. Because man, at the times I was doing it, man thought I was going to stop. And I'm like, no. There's more to be said.
This can't run, ManDem.
Yeah, this is worse than being cheated.
Go get your snacks and come back. I'll still be going, man. He said, go get your snacks and come back. I'll still be going.
I legit said, yo, you got something to do. Go do it. Because I'm still like going to be rambling on with these records that he's breaking. And you lot still want to back this.
Yeah, man.
It is. But we're going to close out this stream anyway, people. We're going to redirect to Big Six Months. They're live at 7. I'm on with rants in 2 minutes on his channel. But love to everyone that's locked in. Big up, Rhino.
Hey, bring the list, homie. Bring the list.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bring the list.
That list is with me. I'm like Chris Jericho. That list is with me everywhere now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm bringing that list with me everywhere.
Big up Warrior.
Everywhere.
Trust me, I'm
big up everyone, man.
Yeah.
Big up everyone.
I'm saying, hey, you see, Rhino, when you're on ManDem Talk, your time. But don't open. Don't open. Hey, but Rhino, don't open up with the list.
Yeah.
half an hour, 45 minutes into the stream when everyone's done their
Yeah.
I've
10
got
hard
you guys.
Yeah.
I've got it.
Then everyone's
Tomorrow,
done their 10 hard
5
cop and you
PM,
say,
be
hey,
there.
hey, you just say, Saeed,
Hey.
I need 5 minutes for this, and just run through the list.
We gonna spread this message better than the goddamn Jehovah's Witnesses.
We
You
have
hear
to.
me?
We have
There's
to.
no, he's not right. He's not getting away with
Oh
this.
shit!
He's not
Hey,
getting
this
away
And you know
list
what
with
the
is
this.
crazy, and you know what the
gospel
crazy
right
part
now,
is?
bro.
Anytime
Yeah,
we
man.
get a win, because we will get a win from that, and someone's in the chat like, oh, you need to back 10 Hag, this, and the third. Here's the list. I swear, if I could
Yeah.
have it like the list of Chris Jericho and have the
Just
list
like
of 10
this,
Hag on the back
like
of
a
the
little
notepaper, I
warrant,
would.
like.
Facts.
Let's shut up.
Hey,
You got a
but we-
warrant.
we-
You got a warrant.
You have
Absolutely.
been summoned to
Absolutely.
court.
Here you
Oh,
These
are.
are your
Yeah.
crimes.
Hey,
your
we, clo-
crimes.
bro.
we closing out though, people. Love to everyone that's locked in. You get the ManDem United podcast every Tuesday. So every Tuesday, 4:30 p.m. and every Friday, people, 5 p.m. with the same panelists, Ivorian, Rhino, Eddie, Sheik, Leon, as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, large about Dan Silly Man when he can get on as well. Make sure you subscribe to all the ManDem. Links are underneath in the description. Links are on the featured channel page as well. And before I go, don't forget a couple things. We are available on all audio platforms. So if you want to hear that list on audio platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV. Please make sure you subscribe to the gaming channel, Sarcasm City TV, as well, people. And we're back tonight, 10:30 p.m. You're getting 2 more shows. So 10:30 p.m. doing the most because we didn't do it yesterday. So that's the Premier League show. And then following that, midnight UK time, I'll be here, unfortunately, for the first crossover of the week, ManDem United podcast, ManDem City podcast. So myself and Vader talking all things Manchester United, unfortunately. And Vader gonna cook. And you know what is? I'm gonna give the list to Vader. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give the list to him. And say, hey, Vader, your time. When the United
This is what you
to
bragging.
you.
This is what you bragging on. This is yeah, you beat us. What you freaking do?
Yeah.
That's what
You know
that's
saying?
what I'm
Facts.
on, man.
Nah, just I'm not doing no champs, but if you man want to do it in the chat, let me know. Big up to Daniel A. Big up the chat as well, because you lot are
Who's playing
supporting,
today?
so love.
I think it's
Munich,
Madrid,
Bayern
too,
Munich,
right?
PSG. I think it's
Well,
PSG.
Sociedad.
Sociedad.
PSG, Sociedad, Bayern Munich, Lazio.
Yeah, I just really couldn't care less. But love to everyone that has locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.
Man.
10 out.